What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access Entertainment. As always, please hit that subscribe button. It's right down there. It's free. That enables us to keep coming to y'all as often as possible with as many interviews as possible, as many episodes of The Great Debaters as possible, and as many of the 1st and 15th as possible. So please hit that subscribe button, like our content, share it, talk about it, be about it, each one, teach one, and we appreciate your support. Also, while you're there, please hit that join button. There's 3 different tiers, different ways you could support us here on Unique Access Entertainment. And as we get from time to time, people say we're not showing up in their feed all the time. So definitely watch 1 or 2 videos while you're here on the channel. That'll make sure we're in your algorithm and that you get alerted every time there's a new video from Unique Access Entertainment online. Now, today on the 1st and 15th, this is a very special, very exciting one. You know, when I got this news, it was pretty remarkable. And this is something we get to announce ahead of time in case the people, that are watching this, you or your friends or people you can let them know about this so that they could join and attend and celebrate it if they're like, which is something that longtime fans, followers of both myself and the channel are aware of. I'm a huge fan, a huge proponent of the work Eazy-E did, and Eazy-E is going to be honored with a street being named after him, Easy Street, by the city of Compton. Now, Eazy-E, of course, as you know, if you've been watching the channel, I said, is he rap's most important businessman? There's the link for that right there. I did that on one of the 1st and 15th. So now that he has a street named after him, I'm very excited because, the city of Compton's Auto Plaza Drive South is going to be named after him, and it's going to be called Easy Street. And they're going to be doing the celebration to notice this and to highlight this in the official ceremony November 22nd from noon to 3 p.m. in Compton. It's going to be at the LA Crystal Hotel in Compton. It's open to the public, and Little Eazy-E and DJ Yella, who I've had the honor and privilege of having here on Unique Access Entertainment, you can check out one of the links there. They're going to perform. Also, DJ Yella is going to be DJing for Little Eazy-E, so that brings it full circle with not only one of Eazy-E's sons, but DJ Yella, who worked with Eazy and stuck with him at Ruthless Records for a long time. So that brings it full circle. That's an amazing moment. Also, DJ Joe Cooley from Rodney O and Joe Cooley are going to be there. For those that know, I interviewed Rodney O on the channel. You can definitely check that out there. There's a link as well. So it's a lot of Compton. It's a lot of greatness going on with Joe Cooley. Definitely one of the forefathers of West Coast DJs and one of the best that the game has ever seen from any background, any city. Joe Cooley's phenomenal. And taking it a step further, they're going to have Little E, Erica, and EB are also going to be at the event, as are some of Eazy-E's other children's. Derek, Marquise are going to be there, and Sharon is going to be there, and they're going to, just highlight and celebrate their father, which I think is a great thing because Eazy-E, as I've discussed multiple times, multiple videos and interviews with artists, I just think he's one of the most important people in rap history. And unfortunately, with his passing, we didn't get to see him enjoy, now that we're in the 50th year of hip-hop, all these different accolades and all these different things that a lot of other artists are enjoying and reaping the benefits of. Eazy didn't get to see that himself, and neither did the audience. But this is, a good example of something that's happening that I think is not only long overdue, but definitely warranted. And that's why I wanted to talk about it on the 1st and 15th. Now, the thing that's pretty cool about this, beyond the fact that it's actually happening, is that so many, comes at the heels of a decision by the Compton City Council, and they unanimously voted to, make this proclamation and to rename the street Easy Street, which I think is huge. So I'm going to make sure we highlight everybody here, and I wrote their names down. Senator Steve Bradford, Assemblyman Mike Gibson, Compton Mayor Emma Sharif, County Supervisor Holly Mitchell, Compton City Council members Andre Spicer, Deidre Duart, Jonathan Bowers, and Lily P. Darden. So all of them, got to give a big shout out. It's very exciting because somebody like Eazy-E, as everybody knows, or if they don't know, I'll break it down. But Eazy-E, obviously, you got Eazy-E himself as a solo artist. You got N.W.A, which, you know, that's Ice Cube, that's MC Ren, that's Dr. Dre, that's Yella, that's Eazy-E right there. If that's all he did, that would have been phenomenal and remarkable. But in addition to that, you get JJ Fad. In addition to that, you get the D.O.C, you get Above the Law, you get Michelle A, you get all these different acts. And then, of course, Bone Thugs and Harmony, who are the most popular artists that Ruthless Records ever had and sold the most records and phenomenal in their own right. Shout out on all the members of Bone. And, you know, Eazy-E, whether that's Yomo and Malky, whether that's Terry B, also had a lot of other great artists. Interviewed Yomo. You can check out one of those links right there here on Unique Access Entertainment. But part of the reason that this really is coming to fruition now is due to another person that I interviewed on Unique Access, Lonzo Williams, and he is the president of the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. Now, part of Lonzo's inspiration is, you know, he was made aware of former Compton Mayor Omar Bradley, who had been trying to name a street after Eazy but wasn't successful. So Lonzo said, you know what, it's the 50th anniversary of hip hop. This would be a great time to try it again. And fortunately, he was successful, so that Eazy-E is going to be celebrated. There's one of the interviews I did with Lonzo on Unique Access Entertainment. You can check it out there. And this is really just an amazing thing. Like I had mentioned, Bone, Ruthless Records' best-selling artist, they had a street named after them. And that's one of the many people that I wanted to take a minute to also to highlight and to showcase that have been celebrated posthumously. Some have been posthumous. Bone, of course, those members are still alive and got to enjoy it, but some people have passed away and gotten streets named after them. Some are still alive. So just to name a few of them, recently E40, you know, got the Magazine Street. You got Missy Elliott. You got Big L. Of course, Tupac and Biggie each have streets named after them. Pumpkinhead, one of the lesser known people that has a street named after him, but he does as well. You got Big Pun, you got the Beastie Boys, you got Run DMC, Phife Dawg, shout out for Tribe Called Quest, Nipsey Hussle, and the Wu-Tang Clan has a district for an intersection there to highlight them. And this is, you know, amazing as somebody growing up loving and listening and getting into rap, you know, when I was a kid in Maryland, trying to understand how I could be involved and how to get this going. It was just shocking to me that in, you know, 2023, as we're wrapping up the year, that we're starting to get more and more of these streets named after rappers. We're starting to get more and more celebrations of rappers, and it's become more accepted. Like I said, the Compton mayor is one of the people that voted this. And, you know, for rap to have, and for Eazy-E in particular, to have all this controversy with himself as an artist, with N.W.A as an artist, and to be coming from Compton, to be a black man, to be a rapper, to be a gangster rapper, to have a Jerry curl, to all these things that he did and was able to achieve and accomplish throughout his life and his career, I think are remarkable. And then for a street to be named after him, I think is amazing too, because as everyone watching, I'm sure is well aware, at the beginning, people thought rap was a fad. So the music industry didn't embrace rap music and didn't embrace the rap industry. And then when the rap industry started getting going, it was mostly independent labels out of New York. And then Eazy-E really helped the explosion of the West Coast rap labels with his Ruthless Records. And then the music industry didn't even embrace the rap industry. So when Eazy-E ended up getting his deal with Priority Records, that was Priority Records' first big thing that it had other than the California Raisins. But Eazy-E and Ruthless Records really put Priority Records on the map. And because Priority Records' success, that leads us to all the great music that we got from Priority that wouldn't have existed had it not been for Eazy-E and N.W.A success through Ruthless Records. So we may or may not have had the Ice Cube. We may or may not have had some of the records that Priority put out with Rap a Lot in particular, with Master P in particular, and that big run that they had. We might not have got Mac 10. All these different things that Priority did, we might not have get Brother Lynch Hung, at least not to the magnitude that we did, because Priority was constantly pushing the envelope creatively, culturally, and all these different things. And that largely is possible and started and launched because of the success that Priority had with Eazy-E and N.W.A. And the fact that the government used to be against N.W.A. The FBI famously sent a letter in response to N.W.A.'s song Fuck the Police. And now the mayor of Compton, and the 50-year anniversary of the birth of hip hop, was one of the people that helped make this street, Easy Street, come to fruition. I think is tremendous, and it just shows the evolution at rap. Now, by no means do I think rap is fully embraced and fully gets the respect that it has earned or deserves at this point, whether that's creatively, culturally, or really on many societal levels. But I think it's creeping that direction, and that's why I wanted to talk about it here on the 1st and 15th, because Eazy-E's accomplishments with Ruthless Records paved the way, literally and figuratively, for him to get his own street named after him. I'm obviously sad and disappointed that he's not here to enjoy it himself, but like I said, his children are going to be there to celebrate it. DJ Yella from N.W.A. is going to be there to celebrate it, and somebody else from Compton that did a lot for Compton musically, Joe Cooley, is also going to be there as well. So all that to be said, sounds like it's going to be an amazing event, and I'm excited that it's open to the public so people can go if they're in the Southern California area on November 22nd. That'd be amazing to help celebrate this monumental accomplishment. And like I said, Eazy-E's very deserving. I praise him all the time and talk about all the brilliant moves that he made for rap on Unique Access Entertainment, and that's why I want to talk about it here on the 1st 15th. So definitely, if you haven't already, hit us up in the comment section. Let us know what you think of this video. While you're there, subscribe. While you're there, share the video. While you're there, share with a friend the channel. Let them know what we got going on here on Unique Access Entertainment. Join if you're so inclined as well to help us in that regard. And always, always, always thank you first and foremost for coming out to check me on the 1st and 15th. I'm Soren Baker, and we'll catch you next time.